Hello, my fellow investors, and welcome back to another video. So, guys, it is Thanksgiving. At least as if I'm recording this, it is the eve of Thanksgiving. When you guys see this, it will be Thanksgiving. So there really isn't that much news going on. However, I was just looking through Seeking Alpha, making sure that everything was okay. Maybe any breaking news came out or anything like that. And, well, something did come up. Now, it's not anything stock related, or at least, well, it's not anything publicly traded stock related, mainly because right now we really don't have any earnings for the next 3 days. I mean, we do have a few, but all in all, it's not too much. However, I did notice something a little bit interesting, and it's the one thing that we're going to talk about today. If you saw the thumbnail, well then, yeah, it's very, very interesting. But before we get started, make sure to like, subscribe, comment. Really does help with the algorithm on YouTube as well as Rumble. So with that said, let's get started with this video. So if y'all saw the thumbnail, y'all know exactly what I'm going to talk about, and it's something crazy because I was not expecting this at all. SpaceX plans to sell shares next month at $150 billion valuation. Now, I saw this thing and I'm just like, whoa, wait a minute, hang on a second. SpaceX, you mean Elon Musk's, I guess like second company, right? In addition to that of Tesla, selling shares next month? Is he going to take this thing public for the first time? That's the first thing I thought of, and I'm just like, man, SpaceX is one of those companies that I honestly believe the second it goes public, if Elon Musk ever puts it public, man, this thing is going to skyrocket literally to the moon, right? Like, this thing will literally skyrocket to the moon. So, yeah, I saw this and immediate alarms went off. So I'm like, okay, I need to make a video about this. Now, even though this is stated, it's a little bit weird. I'm going to have this article as well as the New York Post article for you guys to read in the description below, but it's kind of misleading. It's not going public essentially, but it's sort of doing something weird. Now, let's actually read to see what in the world is actually happening when it comes to SpaceX. So here we got SpaceX plans to start a tender offer next month that will value billionaire Elon Musk's space firm at $150 billion, around the same valuation it had this summer, according to a New York Post report on Wednesday. The space exploration satellite company raised $750 million in a tender offer in July, with shares priced at more than $80 a piece, according to Bloomberg reported at the time, valuing the company at $150 billion. SpaceX in January was valued at $137 billion when it raised $750 million from investors. The Wall Street Journal reported in August that SpaceX eked out a profit in the first 3 months of the year after 2 annual losses. The private-owned company generated preliminary results of $55 million in profit and $1.5 billion during the first quarter. Most of SpaceX's value comes from Starlink, which provides high-speed internet access beamed from a growing constellation of satellites. Its sales this year may be in the range of $2.5 to $3 billion based on the estimates of its subscriber growth. As soon as Starlink becomes profitable or approaches profitability, the company may sell stock in an initial public offering in an IPO to raise more money for its build-out, Musk hinted. Earlier this month, Cathie Wood's ARK Venture Fund, which has a mandate that includes investment in both private and public companies, made an investment in SpaceX. So yeah, it's interesting. So they're not going public with SpaceX. However, they seem to be, I guess, hinting at Starlink going public. Now, this is interesting because you guys have been seeing this right here, right? Yeah, SpaceX does have, I guess, a stock in Seeking Alpha. Now, as you guys can see over here, it says private. Nonetheless, though, I love it too because it's like they're kind of preparing for it. I didn't even know that this was a thing. But yeah, okay. Now, they also mention in that article something regarding the New York Post. And if we come over here, again, this one will also be linked in the description below for you guys to read. Now, this one actually does go into it a little bit more. Most of it is similar to what we saw before, though. Now, here we got the closely held company whose satellite launching Starlink unit has reportedly struggled to meet profitable goals. They're essentially talking about SpaceX. Despite rampant growth, is planning to launch a tender offer in December, valuing SpaceX at around $150 billion, the same price tag as it was in July tender offer, according to the report. So the first thing I had to question is, what in the world is a tender offer? This is the first time I'm hearing about this thing called a tender offer, right? So yeah, I had to do some research on it, and well, from investors Investopedia, we go over here. A tender offer is a bid to purchase some or all shareholder stock in a corporation. Tender offers are typically made publicly and invite shareholders to sell their shares for a specified price and within a particular window of time. The price offered is usually at a premium to the market price and is often contingent upon the minimum and maximum numbers of shares sold. Very, very interesting. So I think what they're saying is that they want to buy back their shares, right? Because it says a bid to purchase some or all of shareholder stock. So shareholders have the stock. So SpaceX actually wants to buy them back. That's essentially what I'm reading off of this. Now, the thing is though, in regards to the whole Starlink situation that we just read on Seeking Alpha, we can see something here as well. If we come down over here, we got, quote, launching a tender offer next month appears to confirm that Musk is not considering a near-term IPO for Starlink. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, I did read in Seeking Alpha that Elon Musk was doing a near-term IPO for Starlink. Let's actually see that right now. As soon as Starlink becomes profitable, right, the company may sell stock in an initial public offering to raise money for its build-out, Musk hinted. Whereas New York Post is saying, not considering a near-term IPO. So yeah, I have no idea what in the world this is about. It's okay. New York Post is saying that Elon Musk is not considering a near-term IPO for Starlink, but Seeking Alpha is saying that it is. So that's a little bit confusing right then and there. Nonetheless, though, guys, it's a little bit of news that I figured everybody, would like to know about, especially if you're excited about, SpaceX. At least for me, I find Tesla at a massive, massive valuation. But honestly, if SpaceX goes public, man, like I have a feeling this company would just skyrocket, right? Because people saw the success of Tesla, and a lot of people right now are like, oh my God, like I wish I would have gone earlier and that kind of stuff. Whereas if SpaceX goes public, oh baby, that's going to be like, okay, now is our second chance. We got to go in now. So that's what I foresee if SpaceX does go public. I personally love SpaceX more than Tesla because, future exploration, guys, when it comes to like, the planets and all that stuff, that's an amazing, amazing thing. To me, that's way more important than any electric car. So yeah, if this thing ever goes public, I would be one of the first ones to do an analysis on it and see the valuation for it. But it's interesting. So that pretty much does it for this video. Again, it's a short one. It's mainly for like if you're watching in the car when you're going to like a family members where you're going to eat for Thanksgiving, or maybe you just figured, you know what, there really isn't a lot of content going on right now on YouTube since it is, Thanksgiving. Well, now you have a little bit here just for you guys' entertainment, all right? And of course, a little bit of news as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. Really, really do appreciate it. Really does help here with the algorithm on YouTube and of course Rumble. So make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and of course share. With that said, peace out, and I'll see you all in the next video.